Akashvani presents Morning News. Good morning, I'm Sarabjit Kaur. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi embarks on a five-nation visit to reach Ghana on the first leg this afternoon. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar and US Defence Secretary discuss plans for a new 10-year framework for India-US major defence partnership. Jammu and Kashmir Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha flags off first batch of Amarnath Yatra pilgrims from Jammu. US Senate passes President Donald Trump's ambitious Big Beautiful Bill following a tense 50-50 vote. In Himachal Pradesh, 51 people killed and 21 missing amidst monsoon fury. In women's T20 cricket, India defeats hosts England by 24 runs in the second match at Bristol. And in Wimbledon Tennis, world number 1 Jannik Sinner and 24-time Grand Slam champion Novak Djokovic advanced to the second round. World number 2 Coco Gauff knocked out of women's singles. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has embarked on a five-nation visit to Ghana, Trinidad and Tobago, Argentina, Brazil and Namibia a short while ago. On the first leg of his visit, the Prime Minister will undertake a visit to Ghana. The Prime Minister will hold talks with the President of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama. On the second leg of his visit, Mr. Modi will be visiting Trinidad and Tobago from tomorrow. On the third leg of his visit, which begins on Friday, the Prime Minister will travel to Argentina. In the fourth leg, the Prime Minister will travel to Brazil from 5th to 8th July to attend the 17th BRICS Summit 2025, followed by a state visit. In the last leg of his visit, Prime Minister Modi will visit Namibia on 9th July. Our correspondent covering the Prime Minister's visit to Ghana reports that the visit seeks to further strengthen the warm and long-standing ties between the two nations. A report.
PM Modi, upon arrival in Accra, the capital of Ghana this afternoon, is expected to receive a ceremonial welcome and guard of honor. Thereafter, there will be bilateral engagements with President of Republic of Ghana, John Mahama, at the Jubilee House. The Presidential Palace building was constructed with a grant of $30 million from India. Bilateral relations will be reviewed during the delegation-level talks. Discussions are also expected to cover regional and global issues. Key agreements are expected to be signed, followed by a joint press conference. President Mahama will then host a state dinner in honor of PM Modi and his delegation. PM Modi's trip further advances India's outreach to the economic community of West African states and the African Union. Alok Rai, Akashvani News, Accra.
In his departure statement, the Prime Minister said, Ghana is a valued partner in the Global South and plays an important role in the African Union and the economic community of West African states. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar met U.S. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth at the Pentagon in U.S. last night. He highlighted the strategic importance of India-U.S. defense ties, describing them as one of the most consequential pillars of the bilateral relationship. The meeting comes in the wake of the Quad Foreign Ministers meeting in Washington, marking another key engagement in a series of high-level India-U.S. interactions. U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth expressed enthusiasm about the growing defense partnership between the two countries. During Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to the U.S. in February this year, he announced, along with U.S. President Donald Trump, the plans to sign a new 10-year framework for the U.S.-India major defense partnership. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has said that India reserves the right to respond and defend against terrorism and preempt as well as deter any further cross-border attacks. During a telephonic conversation with the US Secretary of Defence Pete Hegseth, the Defence Minister said India's actions were measured, non-escalatory, proportionate and focused on disabling terrorist infrastructure during Operation Sindoor. Union Cabinet has approved around 1 lakh crore rupees employment-linked incentive scheme to boost employment generation in the country. Briefing media about the cabinet decisions in New Delhi, Information and Broadcasting Minister Ashwini Vaishnav said that the scheme is aimed to incentivize the creation of over 3.5 crore jobs in the country over a period of 2 years. Out of these, 1.92 crore beneficiaries will be first-timers entering the workforce. The Cabinet has also approved the National Sports Policy 2025, aimed at transforming the country's sporting landscape and encouraging greater public participation in sports. The Cabinet also gave nod to Research, Development and Innovation Scheme with a corpus of 1 lakh crore rupees. The Indian Navy has welcomed 2 new additions, stealth frigate Udaygiri and INS Tamal, to its fleet to bolster its maritime presence and command. The second ship of Project 17A stealth frigate Udaygiri was delivered to the Indian Navy yesterday. Udaygiri is a modern avatar of its predecessor erstwhile, INS Udaygiri, which was a steamship decommissioned in 2007. This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our X handle at AIR News Alerts. And for details of stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.gov.in and download News on AIR app. Welcome back. You're listening to the morning news. Amid chants of Bam Bam Bole and Har Har Mahadev, Jammu and Kashmir Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha flagged off the first batch of Amarnath Yatra pilgrims from the Yatri Niwas base camp in Bhagwati Nagar early this morning. A total of 5,892 pilgrims left for Valley, of which 2,489 shall perform Yatra via Baltal route, whereas 3,403 will follow the longer Anantnag route to reach the Holy Cave. Pilgrims of the first batch expressed happiness and lauded the arrangements.
मैं दिल्ली से आई हूँ, बहुत ही अच्छा लग रहा है और बहुत ही अच्छा माहौल है, काफी अच्छी से सिक्योरिटी है, किसी चीज की भी कोई कमी नहीं है प्रशासन की तरफ से।
मैं अपने पूरे देशवासियों से यही कहना चाहूंगा, महादेव पे विश्वास करें, सरकार पे विश्वास करें, डिफेंस पे विश्वास करें।
Our correspondent has more details in this report.
The 38-day Yatra to the 3,880-meter high Amarnath Shrine shall formally begin tomorrow via both the routes, the traditional 48-kilometer Nunwan Pahalgam track in Anantnag and the shorter one but steeper 14-kilometer Baltal route in Gandarbal. The pilgrimage will conclude on Shravan Purnima, that is Raksha Bandhan Day, that falls on August 9. The pilgrims are being escorted by a robust security convoy. More than 331,000 devotees have already registered for this year's Yatra so far. Authorities have implemented a robust security plan with a multi-tiered grid, CCTV surveillance and daily traffic advisories. The security wing of J&K Police has taken charge of the Bhagwati Nagar base camp while CRPF is managing perimeter security. This is Jagmohan Sharma from Jammu.
The India Meteorological Department, IMD, has issued orange alert for rain in north and central India, including Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, and parts of Gujarat, Rajasthan, and Maharashtra. Heavy to very heavy rainfall conditions will also prevail at isolated places in Konkan, Goa, Madhya Maharashtra today. In East India, similar weather conditions will continue over Arunachal Pradesh and Orissa today. Heavy rainfall is predicted in Assam, Meghalaya, Bihar, Chhattisgarh, coastal Karnataka, Jharkhand, Kerala and Mahe. The monsoon is fully active in Himachal Pradesh and the recent heavy rainfall, slides and cloudburst incidents have caused significant loss of life and report. So far, 51 people have died in rain-related incidents, over 100 have been injured and 21 people are still missing. A report.
During the past 48 hours, heavy monsoon rains, landslides and cloud bursts have caused extensive devastation in the state. Mandi district has been the worst affected due to cloud bursts and heavy rains, where 5 people have died and 15 are still missing. NDRF, SDRF and administrative teams are actively engaged in relief and rescue operations. Across the state, 406 roads are blocked for traffic due to heavy rains and landslides. In addition, 1,515 electricity transformers and 171 water supply schemes have also been affected. The Meteorological Center in Shimla has predicted heavy rainfall in most parts of the state even today. Ritesh Kapoor, Akashvani News, Shimla.
In Uttarakhand, clear weather prevailed over most parts of Uttarakhand today following authorities to expedite the restoration of roads blocked due to recent rainfall and landslides. In Uttarkashi, work is underway on a war footing to repair the damaged Yamunotri National Highway near Silai Band. District Magistrate Prashant Arya stated that the pilgrimage to Yamunotri Dham remains unaffected.
जो वॉश आउट एरिया हुआ था 3 जगह यहाँ पे उसको रिकवर कर लिया है, रिस्टोर कर लिया है। तो हमारा जेसीबी और पोकलेन तो गो थ्रू हो गया है सिलाई बैंड पे, और पैदल रूट हम लोग ओजरी वाला जो पॉइंट है अभी उस पे काम करना बाकी है।
On the other hand, Yatra to Badrinath, Kedarnath and Gangotri Dhams is continuing without disruption. Meanwhile, the Met Department has forecast light to moderate rainfall in some parts of the state in the coming days. The US Senate has passed US President Donald Trump's ambitious budget proposal, dubbed as the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, after a tense 50-50 vote. Vice President J.D. Vance cast the decisive tie-breaking vote, securing a major victory for the Trump administration's domestic agenda. Despite opposition from Democrats and some Republican holdouts, the bill cleared its first major hurdle with a vote of 59-41 to begin debate, followed by the critical 50-50 vote to pass it. The bill will now head to the House of Representatives for a final vote before reaching the President's desk. In news just in, the ISKCON Sri Sri Radhe Krishna Temple in Utah, US, came under attack in what were suspected to be hate crimes, according to a recent announcement shared on ISKCON's official social media handle. On to sports news now. In women's T20 cricket, India defeated England by 24 runs in the second of the 5-match series at Bristol last night. Here is more in the sports roundup.
Put into bat first, the women in blue posted 181 for 4 in the stipulated 20 overs. For visitors, Amanjot Kaur scored unbeaten 63 runs and 40 balls and was declared player of the match. In men's cricket, the second test of Anderson Tendulkar Trophy series between India and England will begin at Edgbaston in Birmingham today. The match will start at 3:30 p.m. IST. In tennis, world number 1 Jannik Sinner defeated fellow Italian Luca Nardi in straight sets in the first round of the men's singles at Wimbledon. 24 Grand Slam champion Novak Djokovic began his bid for an 8th Wimbledon title with a 4-set win in the first round clash against Frenchman Alexandre Moula. In one of the biggest upsets of the Wimbledon Championships so far, French Arthur Rinderknecht defeated 3rd seed Alexander Zverev in a gripping 5-set battle to reach the second round. In the women's singles, world number 2 Coco Gauff suffered a major upset, getting knocked out in the opening round after losing to Diana Yastremska in straight sets. India will open its campaign today in the men's double first round events. Rohan Bopanna, Yuki Bambri, Sriram Balaji and Ritvik Chaudhary Bolipalli will be in action. Manik Sharma, News Desk.
And now for a look at today's newspapers, it's over to Nina Arakel.
Thank you, Sarajpreet. With the Union Cabinet clearing a scheme for accelerating development in the Sunrise Act sectors, rupees 1 lakh crore R&D push for private sector unveiled is the opening headline in the Hindustan Times. Calling the Digital India Initiative a people's movement, quoting the Prime Minister, the Asian Age headlines, Digital India transformed country in 10 years. We are very close with India-US on trade deal. Jaishankar says he's hopeful but can't guarantee pact, writes the Business Standard. And finally, a symbol of tradition and smart branding, Kalaburagis Jolada rotis are flying off the shelves. Upcountry online orders surge after PM's Mann Ki Baat mention about women entrepreneurs, writes the Hindu Business Line. And with that, it's back to you, Sarabjit.
Thank you, Nina. And now before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi embarks on a 5-nation visit today to reach Ghana on the first leg this afternoon. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar and US Defence Secretary discuss plans for a new 10-year framework for India's US major defence partnership. In Himachal Pradesh, 51 people killed and 21 missing amidst monsoon fury. In women's T20 cricket, India defeat hosts England by 24 runs in the second match at Bristol. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.